This whole saga around Lee Anderson getting suspended, and then obviously the Tories responded, and he then responded to the Tory party saying, yes, actually I agree with Rishi Sunak suspending me, a little bit weird. But now it's kind of escalating because the chances of Lee Anderson getting back into the Tory parliamentary party is getting smaller and smaller because he's decided to double down on what he said about Islamists in London. And we are now hearing that the 2019 intake of the Tory MPs, mostly younger Tory MPs, are all kicking off. The whole party is divided. Obviously, the 2019 lot say that they don't like the fact that Rishi Sunak's cabinet decided to suspend him. And now we have a reaction from the leader of Reform UK, Richard Tice. This is what we have from Reform UK and Tice himself saying, many in the media have asked me about Lee Anderson's comments. The truth is that Lee speaks for millions of people who are appalled by what is happening to our country. Between them, this gutless government and the Mayor of London appear to have lost control of our streets. The projecting of a vile anti-Semitic slogan on our Houses of Parliament last week is a shocking illustration of the breakdown of law and order. In his role as London's Police and Crime Commissioner, Sadiq Khan is responsible for London's security. Along with Sir Mark Rowley, he has totally failed in that capacity. Week in, week out, he and the police have allowed pro-Hamas, hate-filled anti-Semitic marches to continue. I first called for these ugly demonstrations to be banned on the 11th of October, having seen firsthand the awful behavior on the first march on the 9th of October. It took place before Israel had even responded to the horrors of October the 7th. Now that is absolutely spot on. Tousi TV was there. We reported this live from the streets of London 2 days after the attacks, before Israel had even retaliated. We had people already chanting, although the vibe was very celebratory. It was like a festival as usual. They were dancing around, they were celebrating, and even on the first night, do you remember there were a few clips from London? Smaller groups in North London, West London, East London, South London, all celebrating with the flags of so-called Palestine, which is basically Jordanian flag, a little bit amended. This is where we are. Anyway, Richard Tice continues by saying, fast forward to today, and thanks to the woefully weak leadership on the part of our authorities, extreme Islamists are creating a sense of fear and intimidation in our capital. With every failure to crack down on their behavior, they become emboldened. The Jewish community is scared, Londoners are scared, MPs are scared, the Speaker is scared. Even the police appear too scared to do what they are supposed to maintain the peace in our capital, arrest those who demonstrably break the law. Lee Anderson may have been clumsy in his precise choice of words, but his sentiments are supported by millions of British citizens, including myself. Never has Westminster and the craven left-leaning establishment been so out of touch with ordinary people. I do not and will not give a running commentary on any discussions I have with any MPs, but those MPs have my number. Of course, this comes after the speculations that some Tory MPs could be in talks with Reform UK to defect to Reform UK, and Richard Tice has essentially is welcoming anyone, including Lee Anderson, if they want to join Reform UK, but they're still trying to be cautious because Richard Tice still criticised Lee Anderson, saying his words were clumsy. I don't think people in this country at this point really care about being polished and being so cautious with words. People just want you to say what you think and what they think, and I don't understand exactly why everybody wants to be so politically correct.